Hello people, my name's Graham Robinson. I am one of the co-founders of IoT SIM. We're a fast-growing startup providing multi-network SIM cards for critical applications that need internet, essentially. But this video is all about how we got IoT SIM off the ground from nothing. So on a previous video, I've spoken about how we were pretty much ready to launch just before the lockdown started, couldn't trade for 2 years, almost went bankrupt, and somehow had to get our startup off the ground. And LinkedIn was the answer, okay? In them very early days. And a lot of people seem to think that LinkedIn isn't working for them, it's not gonna work. So I just thought I'd do a video and tell you exactly how I forced it to work for IoT SIM. Didn't give it a choice, basically. And that's what this boils down to. Like anything in life, if you want to succeed, you're going to have to make it work. It won't work for you. You make it work. So I've just jotted down some notes about some of the stuff that I did. I'll let you know how I did it, the stuff that I went through, and you might be able to use it yourself. So first point is, doing LinkedIn properly is going to be mentally draining. It's tiring. It is like a full-time job, okay? You are an all singing, all dancing, robotic lead generator every waking hour. That's how you've got to view yourself. You are going to be going for this like you've never gone for anything in your life before. Because remember, if you become the most popular person in your domain on LinkedIn, you're going to be successful. And that doesn't come easy, okay? So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be like doing a startup. You're gonna have to do it over a long period of time. These things that I'm gonna tell you now, you're not gonna go away and do it for a week or a month or even 2 or 3 and come back and go, oh, brilliant, I'm inundated with sales leads and money. Not gonna happen. It's a long-term, 6 month, years. You've got to look at it as a long-term strategy, okay? Not a quick fix. Next thing is tenacity, because it's not going to work quickly and you're going to be flogging your guts out on it. Yeah, you're going to want to give up. Most people do. 99% of people do. You probably will. You probably won't do half the stuff over a long period of time, but if you do, it can get results, assuming you've got a good product and service behind it. If you haven't, there's no point doing anything in terms of marketing. Okay, so point number 1, LinkedIn's quite a special platform because you can almost decide who's going to see your content, because it will be shown initially to people that are first degree connections, okay? And you can drive who them connections are by choosing who you send your connection requests to, okay? So on that basis, think about it logically. When you make a post, you want it to be shown to as many relevant people who might buy your product or service as possible, yeah? So you don't want them early impressions wasting on people that will not buy it. So the first thing is to do a brutal cull of your first degree connections, because if you've got people that are not likely to buy your product or service, you're going to waste your impressions on them. That reduces the likelihood of a like or a comment or an engagement, and it could be the difference between it being shown to the next rung of people or not. So completely cull down your first degree connections purely to those people that might just buy your product or service. And remember, this is needle in a haystack stuff. You're going to have to do a lot of this to get a little bit back, but some of the deals could be big. We'll get onto that later. Okay. You've removed all your bad connections. Next, you need to have a consistently growing first degree connection list. This first degree connection list, you need to look at it as one of the most important long-term assets in your whole life, okay? Because every week you can send 100 connection requests to strangers on LinkedIn, okay? 100 a week. So in your head, you've got to think, I've got 5,200 connect requests in this next year, and I'm going to use them all. I'm going to do that for 10 years. I'm going to send out 50,000. Some of them will accept, some of them won't. But here's the important point. You've only got 100, use them wisely. So you don't want to go and send a connect requests to people that are not even on the platform at all. So you want to see if there's any kind of activity, if they liked something, commented any time recently, or if they just made a profile and disappeared off. So ideally you want to see a bit of semi-recent activity if possible. Little bit of a caveat though, the best leads have come from people that haven't got no activity because they're so busy in big corporates. They've just got a LinkedIn profile that they probably view and they don't really engage that much. So it's a tricky one to identify a completely dead profile from somebody who's at least semi-active. Little trick when you're trying to fathom if people are active on the profile or not, and this can generate leads as well. You can view as many profiles as you like. So you're only allowed to connect with 100 new people a week, but you can view as many as you wish. So when I was doing it, and remember, I've taken LinkedIn like marketing to psychotic levels back in the day because I was desperate, right? I have no problem admitting that. I would literally sit there till 2-3 o'clock in the morning just viewing profiles. I would type in IT manager or IT director, bring up a big list and just go view. Do you know why? Because every time you view, it pops up on their notifications saying such and such person viewed your profile, and they might view it back. And then when they viewed back, I was like, you're alive, you're getting a connection request, bang, and connect, ask them to connect with me. It was ridiculous. Anyway, so you've culled your connections down, you're replenishing it with this lovely new set of potential buyers, yeah? Each one's a really high quality connection. Only 25 or 50% might accept, by the way. The rest of them, they'll just pie you off, which is fine. You're going to get pied off a lot in startups and sales, so get used to it. Okay, so you've got your first degree connection sorted now. Brilliant. You've got a base of people that might be interested in buying your thing. So how are you going to show it to them? Well, what I did is I made sure that I posted multiple times every single day, okay? And you're going to hate this bit, but included within them posts would always be one video with me on screen talking. This is the bit where you're going to go, no, I could never do that. Well, you can, because I'm doing it now, aren't I? And I did it on LinkedIn, and I did it because I was desperate. And I looked at all the people that were successful on that platform, and every single one of them was going on screen and talking like this. And I realised that actually, if I don't do that, this isn't going to work. And if this doesn't work, I'm screwed. Remember, I have borrowed a lot of money to get this thing built, and I need someone to buy it. So I just started doing it, and it becomes well enjoyable. Once you've started and you get over that hump, you'll love it. You'll absolutely love it. It'll make you more confident as a person, more confident presenting, more confident talking, more confident everything once you start doing this. You can do it. You can. I know it's hard. I hated it at the beginning. I must have shot 20 times. And then as I uploaded it, my nerves were going, and I thought people are just going to think, who is this absolute clown? And I know that you feel like that too, probably. But it's fine. Just do it. Okay. So you're going to post all about your product, your services. Ideally, post about the people that are using it. Maybe you're not going to name them clearly if you've not got permission, but you could say something like a security company in the Southwest is using this. I think it's going to be great for them, blah, 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 blah. Product demonstrations, actually do videos of it working, posts of it working. What I found really effective, because it's a multi-network SIM that connects onto all Vodafone O2, I would literally just take, it was this very, very case actually, this case here, and I would have routers in it and just go and do speed tests on them and upload the results onto LinkedIn. I had some great leads off that. If anybody's interested in this, I'll do more videos about some of the specific contracts that we won and with who and how I got them directly off videos. Put a comment down below if you want me to do that. I won't go into specifics now though. Okay, so right. engaging with others. So think about it logically. You want people to engage with you. It's social media, so you stand much more chance of that if you engage with them. So make sure your first degree connections and anybody else that you might buy, if they're making posts, make sure that you put likes on and comments if you've got anything relevant to add. Don't just comment anything though. Try and add some context or opinion. If you've got nothing to say about their subject matter, then just drop a like on. I see people trying to force it and it actually starts looking a bit stupid. This is great, this is great, this is great. Silly. Okay. As a general, this is an interesting one now. Are these dark arts? I don't know. As a general rule, don't message people. You don't need to, okay? But I have a little bit of a caveat. So get this. This is the stuff that I do that's probably completely different to what everybody else does now. So if I've got something like this coming up, a case study. This is a case study published by Teltonica, who are one of the world leading brands in routers that use SIM cards, okay? So I've got this case study coming up and it's featuring security company, CSC Security Consultants in Ireland. Now think about it. You know this is coming weeks or months in advance because they take time to design and write up, okay? So what I'll do is, because I know that I've got a CCTV one coming, going back now to choosing who I'm going to connect with, I am going to pinpoint anybody that owns or is an IT director or manager in a CCTV company, yeah? But I'm planning, ready for when this comes out, because I know this is going to be relevant to them and they might reach out to us and see if they can use KeySIM as well, okay? And then you might message, but this is how I messaged. So imagine this is released. It's all about CCTV. I have connected with, say, 300 people that are involved in CCTV in the past few months, yeah? I'll send a message to them, not saying, look at this, do you want to buy it? Because they're inundated with them messages. Literally, you'll get pied off. I'll put, hi, I'm really chuffed that we had this case study written about us. Cheeky, would you mind liking or comment on it? Naughty, because you're asking them to do something, but you know what, they damn well do, because you're not asking them for a sale, you're not asking them for like a call, kind of book a meeting. It's like, would you do me a favor, and literally just click like on that. But think of the power, because now that post is gonna rocket, because all of these extra people are engaging with it, and then inevitably they're gonna read it, and I could use that as well, and the cycle starts again, and you're talking to another business about SIMs for CCTV. You can only pull that trick off once every 6 months, once a year. They'll get fed up if you carried on doing it, but I did it with that, and that's why the post went absolutely ballistic, crazy. Okay, so another one, Teltonica. So, world leading distributor of routers. Customers generally need SIM cards. Not rocket science what to do, is it? So when you're going back now, all this interlinks really, going back to your daily content, I know what you're going to say, I've got nothing to post about. Okay, if you haven't got anything to post about for your direct service proposition, talk about ancillary products that it might work with then. Do you know why? Because if you promote and show the benefits of using other people's stuff, guess what happens? The representatives in them businesses will like and engage with your content, and their customers might reach out about the bit that you're offering. Needs to be no clash, so the vendor can't be offering the same services that you are, like Teltonica don't do SIM cards, so it works really, really well. But what a way to get engagement. Get the reps of other businesses engaging on your content, because you're promoting their stuff in a really good light. Which I only do because this is genuinely, it's like the SIM card, has to be the best. This is the best. That's the best. That's quite an important point. The thing that you're selling has to be the best for all this to work. I'm assuming it is, otherwise you wouldn't have gone into business. Look, so I do a bit less LinkedIn now. I do a bit less of LinkedIn. But look at this. That's my impressions. Do you know what caused that? I only get like 1 million a year. I'm not big on there or anything like that, by the way. I'm a small fish. But I do enough to get loads of leads. See that spike there? That was a competition. LinkedIn people love competitions. So I'll just get a big handful of Sims. These are Sim holders, so it's not quite the same. I'll get a big pile. I'll say, guess how many are there? Whoever guesses, and I'll make a prize, will get a pocket router with a key SIM for 3 months. And you can keep the pocket router when the SIM's expired. Whatever. Loads of engagement off that. Because it's free. You say to make your entry, just drop a comment in, and that fires it up. Again, probably competition, something you're going to do like not often, every 3, 6, 12 months, something like that. But yeah, really a big point is when you've got these case studies coming up, like, look, we had another one done from a broadcaster. So before that, I connected with shed loads of broadcasters. Then when that came out, I messaged them that and said, can you drop a like or share? And we have just got, I don't even know how many broadcasters we've got using KeySim now. There's hundreds and hundreds of clients. So there we go. Then what happens is when you completely nail LinkedIn, you'll stop doing it as much because you won't need to, and you'll move on to the other platforms. Again, if anybody's interested, I'll tell you what I did on TikTok and how we made Facebook work a little bit and how we got to the top of Google as well for all the search terms. It's all interlinked, by the way, all of this sort of one thing feeds into another. Last things, stuff that I never did, ever, never spoke about, how bad I felt. Like when you're struggling at the beginning to get a startup off the ground, it'd be very easy to jump on a platform and see people doing it going, oh, I'm finding it really tough, I feel really bad, I'm tired, I can't get this thing going, blah, 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 blah. Nobody's going to buy it. You start spouting stuff like that, it's not attractive at all. Like I wouldn't. My supply chain, I need things that are like super solid, going to be there for a long time. You have to radiate positivity, yeah? Don't lie, but at least radiate positivity. What's good today? That's what you need to focus on, what's good today. Never, ever tell people how bad you're feeling. I could get criticised for that because I know that we're supposed to open up when things aren't great, but I'm talking here purely from a sales perspective. Buyers do not buy into somebody's feeling a bit grim. They're not going to say, okay, I want to buy your product. They buy into success stories. And that's why it becomes a lot easier when you do become a success, because more people want to jump on the back of it then. And that's about it in a nutshell. As I say, I do less now. I do a lot less LinkedIn than I used to, mainly because I'm so busy. They're the SIM connections, look. But yeah, it was all seeded on LinkedIn. That's how I did it. And now I'm starting to play with YouTube, as you can see. So let's see how this one goes.